Hi, NCMS middle schoolers and distance learners. I wanted to go over a little bit of what you'll be doing this week. It looks a little different, even though it is near pods. So I have the folder open right now. So you've got your agenda in here. I realize I forgot an agenda the last couple of weeks, but you guys have been doing a great job of, getting your work done. So this week's Nearpod, there's two. There's the keyboarding one, and it's all the numbers on the keyboard, 0 through 0 through 9. And then you have one on thinking flexibly. So we're going to go and kind of take a look at this. And this Nearpod um, has to do with social and emotional learning, which is something that we really care about how you're doing, both mentally, um, as well as academically here at school. And this one is about growth mindset. And growth mindset is just basically this idea that something may be new and it may be hard and you can't do it just yet, but you will be able to in the future if you keep working at it. And I think that's an important thing to keep in mind as we are, living through this pandemic. We're all kind of struggling to do everything that we need to academically and socially and physically and emotionally. And it gets hard. I'm the type of person that if I set a goal for myself, I kind of move heaven and earth to get it done. I wasn't always that way. I used to give up very easily. And when I found hobbies that I really enjoyed, that kind of helped me get better at things. So when I started sewing, for example, it was really, really hard. Like I couldn't understand the instructions. I couldn't read the patterns. I couldn't figure out how things worked. And it basically took a long time of me just really sitting down and kind of forcing myself to do things. There are times when I'm working on one of my costumes or one for the Cedar Cliff musical or some of the commissions that I get where it gets so incredibly hard and I kind of have to put it down for a little while and I think about it and I keep thinking and thinking and kind of working out in my head, what does the next step have to be? And then maybe I'll go watch a couple tutorials or, just look at it a different way. Sometimes I've had to completely start over on projects. And we're talking projects that I might have already put 20 or 30 hours into. And it takes a lot to do that. So this one, technically, nothing to do with computer class, but something that does fit in. For many of us, we're going to be moving into our multimedia unit, and some of the things you're going to have to do in there are a little bit trickier than what we've already done in class. Sometimes when we get to coding, we see things like this. So it starts off very much the same way as all your other Nearpods. And it just asks you to kind of think about thinking more flexibly. So it starts out, are you a rigid thinker or a flexible thinker? And, I went through this myself and I kind of tried to figure out which ones I was. So it asks us first to check off the statements that are true to you, answer the questions honestly. After, use the guide to determine if you're a rigid or flexible thinker. So I'm going to choose my color here, and I'm simply going to go in here and check off which ones I think I am. I'm creative, I know that. Um, I do tend to think there's only one way to do things. I am stubborn, but I can still come up with multiple solutions. I'll click submit. And really, what it tells me is that I'm honestly more of a rigid thinker, but I'm slowly becoming more flexible as I get older. So it's going to take you through some different things, some short videos, some questions for you to answer. There may be times where it tells you to draw a response. It's okay with me if you want to type something in. I have no issues with that. Just kind of go through and really think about these things and, decide if you are willing to become a more flexible thinker. Um, what are some strategies you can use to get past a difficult situation? Can you break something down into small steps? Can you give yourself a day or two to think about it and come back to it after you've looked and researched a little more? But really, it's just a great exercise for you. This, along with your keyboarding, is your only assignment this week in Schoology. So it's not a whole lot of work. Those of you that are in person, we've got some different things that we are doing in person. But for my distance learners, this is all you have, and this is all the asynchronous work that anyone has. Hopefully, everything goes well for you. Please know that I'm thinking of you. I hope everyone is doing well. I know we're all kind of at that halfway point in the year where we're all just a little sick of the same old, same old. So just do the best you can. Let me know if you need help or have any questions, and have a great week. Can't wait to see how you do. Bye.